Hello everybody, today I'm going to do my first ever tier ranking video because I've seen it around a lot. I've always wanted to attempt to do it, but I thought like it would just be too much because you have to film yourself, then you have to screen record, and I just get daunted so easily by things now because I'm like, well, my kids stay asleep. Do I have enough time for this? You know? Da-da-da-da, but I'm just gonna go for it. Maybe I have to film this in 2 segments. I don't know, but we're gonna do it. So today, for my very first ever tier ranking video, I'm going to rank every single romance book I read in 2021. So in 2021, I read 89 books, and I would dare say that probably like 60, probably like 50 to 60 of them were romance books, so like over half of it. So I thought it would be a great video to start with. Not too many books, but just enough for this category and things like that. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna start screen recording here soon, and yeah, we're just gonna get into it. Okay, so I'm on the tier maker thing. I just want you to know that this is not original at all. Like, I found this particular tier ranking on here. So just so you know, I have 5 categories. So I have the first one being swoon-worthy perfection, like meaning like pretty much like a 5-star. Then we have fiery fantastic, which is, you know, a 4-star, pretty freaking good. Then we have kind of your middle of the road one, fine, good, fun. Then you have good enough to finish, like, you know, like it wasn't great, but it was good enough to finish. And then you got your not for me. So yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, these are not in order. I wish they were. I tried to put them in order, but you know, we're just gonna go with what's on here because that's what we're gonna do. So first up, we have Getaway Girl by Tessa Bailey. So this was the, which one was first, Getaway Girl or Runaway Girl? I think Getaway Girl. I actually really enjoyed this one. I'm gonna put it in fine, good, fun. Like, I don't think it was fiery, fantastic, nor just kind of good enough to finish. It was fine, good, fun. I liked it. Like, it was a solid Tessa Bailey book. And this to say, like, a lot of people hit on, like, don't like 3 stars at all. 3 stars is like average for me. That means this was a decent book. Like, if it gets 2 or 1 stars, I'm not a fan of that. So there you go. And then speaking of, we have the sequel, Runaway Girl. I would put this in good enough to finish. I didn't love this one nearly enough as Getaway Girl. Gosh, can I talk? I liked that one more, but I mean, like, I didn't give it a 2 stars by any means. This is not a star ranking video. This is kind of what we see on our screen. This was good enough to finish. It was okay. Oh, then we have, this was the very first book I read of the entire year, and the very first romance book I read of the entire year, and that is Much Ado About You by Samantha Young. Not for me. Like, it was boring. I didn't think it added anything. It was about a character that, like, flew to England to work at a bookstore, fell in love. It sounds all great, but it just, not a lot happened. We have Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. Again, fine, good, fun. It was okay. It wasn't nearly as, I don't want to say bad, but it wasn't nearly as bad as her second book. I can't even think of the name of that book because I didn't like it at all, really, and not a lot of people did. This one was just okay. I don't think that she's gonna come close to the hating game. That's just how it goes. Then we have The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. Fiery, fantastic. I really enjoyed this one. It wasn't quite 100% swoon-worthy perfection for me, but it was good. Like, I liked the representation of it as far as the whole series goes. The romance wasn't my favorite, but it was still really, really good. Then we have one of the many holiday books I read. This is, I think it's called Faking Under the Mistletoe by Ashley Shepherd. It was fine. It was good. It was a good, like, holiday romance. It wasn't anything, like, amazing by any means. I don't know what else to say about that. And then we have The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary. Ugh, this is either going to go fine, good, fun, or good enough to finish. Like, I want to put it here, but I feel like this whole section's just going to get bombarded with things. I'm going to put it in good enough to finish. Like, it was okay. Just everything I've read by Beth O'Leary has not compared to The Roommate by her. I just didn't love this one nearly as much. I don't know. Oh, Actor A.G. Brown, easy. Swoon with Perfection, loved it. Talia Hibbert is just one of my favorite romance authors. She just gets it done. I really enjoy it. They're amazing. From Blood to Ash. Not for me. I read this book because everyone who's anyone raved about it because of vampires, Jennifer Armentrout, da-da-da-da. It was just boring. It was so long too. Like, it did not need to be nearly as long as it was, but it was there. And I don't, Yeah, not for me. The X Talk by Rachel and Solomon. Fiery Fantastic. Really enjoyed this one. It was fun. I didn't know Rachel Solomon had 2 books come out at, no, that doesn't make, no, just forget I said that. I really enjoyed it. It was great. It had podcasts. It was a really fun book. I really enjoyed it. Ooh, All the Feels by Olivia Dade. Good enough to finish. Like, I really enjoyed her first book, and I'm just so horrible today. I can't think of any of the names. Spoiler alert. That's it. And I really loved that one. This one was just not there for me. Like, it didn't do anything. Float Plan by Trish Dollar. We already all know where this is gonna go. Right on Swoon-worthy perfection. It's not like overly swoon-worthy, but it was one of my favorite books of the entire year, so it's just automatically gonna have a spot there. Oh, Shipped by Angie Hockman. Ooh, it's either good enough to finish or not for me. I'm just gonna put not for me. It was just boring. It was just trying to be, I said in my least favorite books video, it's trying to be a mixture of The Hating Game and The Honeymooners, and it just wasn't there. Like, it just didn't have it for me. The Dating Plan by Sarah Desai. Fiery Fantastic. I really enjoyed this one. Weirdly enough, not a lot of people have liked it, but I really liked it. It was steamy. It had a great second chance romance, but also hate to love in it. I liked it. Accidentally Engaged by Farah Haran. It was fine, good fun. It was honestly okay. Like, I could probably put it down here. You know why I'm going to put it down here? Because I don't remember a lot about it, honestly. Like, I have no real memories of it. But it was okay. Like, it was good enough to finish, but it just wasn't amazing. Twice Shy by Sarah Hoggle. I will put this one in Fire Good Fun. It was cute. It was kind of like a Hallmark movie where it's about these 2 people that have a hate to love romance, but they fix up this house and things like that. It was good for that. It wasn't like amazing by any means. Life Too Short by Abby Hermeson. I'm also going to put in Fine Good Fun. And that saddens me because you guys know I loved her second book in this series. Oh, what is it? Not a Happy Ending or something like that. I can't think of I'm just, bleh, my brain. But I really loved that one. Not Happy Ever After Playlist, or Not Happy Ever After Playlist, something like that. I really loved that one. This one I didn't love nearly as much. I felt the the romance could have been better. It just, they used one word, and that was called communication. And it wasn't there. The Dating Dare by J.C. Lee. Good enough to finish. It was okay. Wasn't that great. Didn't really love it. It was just kind of there. Just Last Night by Mari McFarlane. Not for me. A lot of people recommended it to me and thought it was great, and I just thought it was kind of like a soap opera book where the romance didn't make sense. You also had this big, like, I don't know what else to say. This wasn't for me. Anchored Hearts by Priscilla Olivieris. This one was good enough to finish. It was okay. This is, I really enjoyed her first book again. Can't You Sense a Trend? I liked the book previously in this. This one just was second chance romance. Just didn't have enough oomph to it, you know? People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Swoon-worthy perfection. Loved it. Friends turning romance. Words Are Not Coming to Me Right. I loved every second of it. Portrait of a Scotsman by Evie Dunmore. It was fine, good fun. It was good. Has still been the only historical romance series that I've read. I need to read more. I need to expand my horizon. It's okay. I need to read more historical romance. It Happened One Summer. I'm just gonna put it in Swoon-worthy perfection. I really enjoyed it. I really did. It's got that whole kind of like rich girl with a kind of a burly, surly guy, and it was swoon-worthy. I really liked it. I also really enjoyed If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. I'm gonna put that in Fiery Fantastic. It was like kind of a loose Cinderella retelling, also with a reality show backdrop to it, where she's like kind of the Bachelorette. It was very interesting. I really enjoyed it. The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. Again, Fiery Fantastic. I really enjoyed this one. It was a solid like 4-star for me. Not one of my ultimate favorites by Christina Lauren, but I still really enjoyed it. Ooh, Heartbreak for Hire. I don't know who the author is. Not for me. I had high hopes for this one. It just sounded really cool about this company where women to get revenge on the men that kind of wronged them. It sounded really cool, and then it just fell insanely flat. It was just womp womp pretty much. How Sweet It Is by Dylan. I don't even know. Again, not for me. Actually, maybe it was good enough. Decisions. Nope, just gonna be brutal here. It was not for me. I can't even tell you. Okay, I know it was two characters. One was an author. One was kind of a marketer. She was marketing like his whole, no, she's not a marketer. She's like a wedding planner, I think. And she gets a job to like plan this book event for this author who writes like horror books, and it sounded really cool. It was just kind of okay. I'm just gonna put good enough to finish, actually. The more I think about it, it was just okay. It was not like horrible. I wasn't mad when I finished it. It was just kind of, you know. While We Were Dating by Jesmyn Guillory. It was fine, good fun. I mean, honestly, I don't think I've ever rated a Jesmyn Guillory book higher than a 3 stars because honestly, there's not much to them. As much as I want to say like I loved it and it was amazing, they're just kind of middle of the road books for me, and that is just how I feel. Then we have Wait For It by Jen Mccleanly. This is the sequel companion novel to her book Paris Is Always a Good Idea. It was, oh poop, oh man, I'm messing this up. It was good enough to finish. It was okay. I honestly can't tell you much about it because I don't remember, honestly. Oh, Very Sincerely Yours by Carrie Winfrey. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna put it right in Sweetest Perfection. I found this book so adorable. Like, it didn't have a lot of steaminess or any of that. It was just straight up adorable. Like, whenever I think about this book, a huge smile just comes across my face. I liked it. The Office Party, this is gonna be hard to rate because it's a novella. Not for me, just because like it just didn't have like barely any plot. And I think with novellas, you can either have a really great novella where you're gonna make your readers want a full-length book about it, or it's just gonna kind of be just there because it's there. And that was exactly the case with this one. Oh, A Lot Like Adios by Alexis Dario. Fiery Fantastic. I really enjoyed this one. I liked it probably about the same, maybe a little bit more than You Had Me at Ola, but I still really enjoyed it. When Sparks Fly by Helena Hunting. Again, Fiery Fantastic. I really enjoyed this one as well. This is about two characters that are friends that turn into lovers, and it was just really adorable, honestly. The worst wonderful time of the year, easily not for me. It was the last book I read in the year, and also the last novella, and it just had no plot. Like novellas, like I said, hit or miss, you know. This one just, I had no clue why it was written. It had zero plot. Like, it was just there. It Started With the Dog by Julia London. I'm going to put this one in Fine Good Fun. It was okay. I like the whole dog aspect the most of this whole series, just because they're fun. It's not, like, amazing. Same with The XX. Fine Good Fun. It was okay. Like, it's just, like, is it an amazing, like, witchy Halloween book? No, but it's a fun book to read in your Halloween. Like, if you put your expectations aside and just have a good time, it's there. Same with a Holly Jolly Diwali. It was fine, good fun as well. This one I would say is not so much romance as more of a character development, and you learn more about the holiday Diwali and what it means to each different character in this book. It was good. The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. Sweetest Perfection. Loved it. It was one of everyone's favorites of the year with good reason. I mean, I'm not going to talk about it anymore because it doesn't need to be said. The Sweetest Fix by Tessa Bailey. Was this a novella or was this a full-length novel? Either way, it was not for me. I just remember not really enjoying it. There wasn't that good of a plot. Either way, it was a short book if it was a book or if it was a novella. It was just... Well Matched by Jen DeLuca. I really enjoyed this one. I'm going to put it in Sweetest Perfection. I had a good time with it. I think it was probably my second favorite of the whole series. The second book was just trash. I'm just going to say it. It was trash. I didn't like it. But this one, I did really enjoy it. It had an age gap romance. Kind of had like a friends to lovers romance. I was here for it. The Fastest Way to Fall by Denise Williams. I'm just going to put it in Fine Good Fun. I didn't like it nearly as much as her first book. What is it? I forget what her first book was called because I can't remember anything today, apparently. I had to fail at flirting. That's what it was. It was okay. It wasn't that great. The Singleton by Sarah Desai. Another one that I really enjoyed by her. She actually had 2 books come out this year. Which one did I like more? The Dating Plan or Single Table? Ooh, it's a hard choice. I might go with... I like them both for different reasons, honestly. I need to think about that more. The Name Curse. I read this book because it was about Alaska, and I love books about Alaska, and I wanted to read more so I could recommend more. But sadly, it was not for me. It was boring. It was straight up boring. It had this great premise that it could have been amazing, but sadly did not deliver. We have another Tessa Bailey books. Good Lord, how many Tessa Bailey books did I read this year? Either way, this is today, tomorrow, and always. It was good enough to finish. And I'm sad to say that because this was like her vampire paranormal series, which I love the first book in it, Reborn Yesterday. It's like one of my favorites by her and one of my favorite romances of all time. This last one was just kind of just meh. It was okay. The Sweet Spot by Tristan. This is actually the sequel to The Float Plan coming out this year. It was good enough to finish. It was okay. I did not really like it nearly as much as Float Plan. That's just my personal opinion. Good Girl Complex, another book that came out this year. It was good enough to finish. It was okay. I couldn't tell you anything. And you know what? No, I'm going to put a not for me. It was just kind of boring. It was about this girl that's kind of like that lives in the summertime, like the summer, like town that, something like that. Obviously, I can't tell you anything about it because I have no clue. The Party Crasher by Sophie Kinsella. This was fine, good fun. Like, it was good. It wasn't one of my favorite Sophie Kinsella books, but it was a solid one. It was a good time. Nick and Noelle's Christmas Playlist. Not for me. One of my least favorite books of the year because I just did not like the way it was written. It was boring. Just gonna say it was boring. That's how I felt. Hook, Line, and Sinker. This is the sequel to It Happened One Summer. This one is good enough to finish as well. Like, it's sad to say. I love the characters in it, but it rambled on way too long. Like, I wanted more from the characters, yet it was written too long. Does that make any sense? Just how I feel. Another freaking Tessa Bailey book. Good Lord. Oh, Window Shopping. I really enjoyed this one. I'm going to put it in Fiery Fantastic. I really liked it. It was her Christmas book, and it was steamy. Didn't have a ton of plot, but I still ended up liking it a ton. It was just really cute. And the last three books are all holiday books. Across Country Christmas, Swarmworthy Perfection. This one solely surprised me. Like, I was not expecting to love this book as much as I did. Like, it was a road trip book about second chance romance, and it was just so heartwarming and holiday-ish that I just loved the mess out of it. It was super cute. Totally surprised me. The Grump Who Stole Christmas. Good enough to finish. It was a holiday novella. Not much to it. You can tell the title. It's about a grump meets sunshine. There you go. Actually, no, I don't think the main character was like a sunshine. She was just like a business lady. Either way. The Mistletoe Motive was Fiery Fantastic. I really enjoyed that one. Another holiday romance romance novella that was really cute. A hate to love romance, and I had a good time with it. So there you have. That is my tier list of all of the romance books that I read for the entire year. I am somewhat okay with it. I enjoy doing that. I want to know, what other tier list should I do? Like, I want to do like one of all of the romance books I've read, and like all of them. I also want to do like all the thrillers I've read. I want to know if you want that. I don't know what else ones I can think of right now. Maybe I can go back. Here's a fun one of like going back and looking back at my favorite books of the year, like when I first started BookTube, like in 2012 or something, 2011, and like ranking them of like, would I reread them? Do I not like this anymore? That'd be interesting. I'm sure a lot of people have done that already, obviously. But would you guys like that? Let me know in the comments what tier ranking videos you want to see from me next, because I enjoy doing it and I definitely had time. My kid's still sleeping. Yay. So that's good. So I could do this. I can make it feasible. But I would love to know which ones you want to see next from me. So leave them in the comments below, and hope you enjoyed this one and it wasn't too boring or I talked too fast, and etc, etc. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.